Hey guys, Brian and Eric back for another Disc Golf Examiner disc review. Today we have another Discmania disc, but first I wanted to say thanks for coming out this way, Eric.
Absolutely.
I know it's a long drive, but we're out here at Hempfield Park in Greensburg, PA. This is a beautiful park in a county that has no disc golf courses, so glad to bring a little bit of disc golf to this course today.
Yeah, we're seeing some people drive by here and they're probably looking at us not having any clue what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely not. So what do we have today, Eric?
So we have here the new Discmania TDx in the S-line plastic, better known as the STDx.
Nice. This is a disc that hasn't even been released yet. Thank you so much to Discmania for sending us this disc. Let's go to the profile and take it from there.
Let's do it. The TDx in the S-line plastic is nice and grippy, and in the summer weather, it's even softer than it will be in the wintertime. The TDx is a smaller rim and it's good for smaller hand players. When I threw the TDx on a hyzer, it flipped up to flat, rode straight for a decent while with a subtle fade at the end, crashing into the fence.
When I threw the TDX on a hyzer release, it flipped up the flat, rode for a long ways before hyzering out reliably at the end.
When I threw the TDX flat, it turned over throughout the majority of the flight and then faded off at the end into the fence.
TDX, whenever I threw it with a flat release, went nice and straight for a long ways before hyzering out.
When I threw the TDX on an anhyzer release, I threw it with a little bit more angle and it went down as a roller, rolled a decent ways out before coming down just short of the fence.
When I threw the TDX on an anhyzer release, it really held that anhyzer line until the very end, or just started to fight back.
When I threw the TDX on a forehand line, I threw it with a little bit less power, it flipped up and rode straight throughout the entire flight.
When I threw the TDX with a sidearm, it flipped up, turned into a roller, and went for a long ways to the right. And that's how we threw the TDX in the S-line plastic. Eric, overall thoughts?
It's a great disc. It's very similar to one of my favorite discs of all time, the Sidewinder from Innova. And anybody who likes a understable disc for fairway shots, for tunnel shots, rollers, this disc is going to easily be one of your favorites.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, for an amateur player like myself, I thought it was a great disc. It was something that I could flip over, something that would go straight for a long distance for me. So it's definitely an interesting disc to have in your bag, especially for an amateur player. I think it'll be good for you as well.
Good.
Well, hey, you know, there's a storm brewing behind us, so we got to get going. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Eric, good luck in Am Worlds, man.
Hey, dude, thanks a lot.
Yeah. All right, guys, until next week, remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and share it. We love it whenever you guys share our stuff.
Absolutely. And bang them chains.
Bang them chains, guys.